been the case. Right now we have. Right now we're all wearing masks.
Yep.
Vaccination rates, we're up at something like 97, 98% vaccination. We're one of the highest vaccination rates anywhere in the world.
Oh, wow.
Because the Premier here said, okay, I'm not going to stop you going grocery shopping or doing any of the things you need to do, but if you want to go to a nightclub, if you want to go to a concert or any of the public events, all of those lots of people public events, or a restaurant, then you must be vaccinated. So all of the fun stuff, you want to do any of the fun stuff, you've got to be vaccinated. It's entirely voluntary. It's not compulsory. You can carry on your life and do the things that you need to do without being vaccinated. You want to do any of the fun stuff, you've got to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yep.
That and people were just deciding to be vaccinated anyway.
Fuck it.
So we're up to like 97, 98% vaccination rates here. And you don't have to be vaccinated to go grocery shopping. You've got to be vaccinated to go to a nightclub.
Yeah.
At any rate, yes, it worked. It worked for us here, but we're also okay with what's going on. We are aware that we've managed to keep it out of the state, and we're happy with that.
Yeah.
So we're doing what we can to help with that. When there's an outbreak, we all wear masks, or we stay home, or both of those things, or And I hear other people telling us we're in a police state because we're being mandated all of this stuff. We don't see it that way.
Being a smart.
Yeah.
That's how we see it. New Zealand is the same. Right? They don't see that they're in a police state. There's a whole bunch of things that when there's an outbreak, these things kick in and everybody's got to comply. That's not police state stuff. That's getting something under control that would otherwise be out of control.
Like I've been saying, this is the plague of our time.
It is a plague, quite literally. It is.
Did it ever say or how this came about?
Something about a bat in China.
Because I heard that. I heard some monkeys with the COVID on them escaped from a lab.
I think
there
someone got bit by a bat or something like that in China. They dealt with it first. They had it for months. I think I caught it like a couple months before it actually had a name.
That is part of the problem, is that China is denying it started there. So all of that early data isn't as available as it should be because China is still denying that that's where it started. But where it started, so it was put down to my understanding. I don't know if my understanding is true because it's all based on what I've read, and I don't have any personal evidence of any of this. But so yes, the basically the meat markets and the bats and things. There are parts of the world where there's a word for it, and I cannot remember it. It's kind of like a jungle meat, but jungle meat is not the right phrase. There's a lot of it in Africa as well. It's basically the meats that the average Westerner doesn't think should be eaten get traded. Right. So, at any rate, and in Asia and in Africa, this is the norm. Right. They eat stuff that we don't eat. They eat stuff that isn't farmed. They eat stuff that's bushmeat. Is bushmeat the phrase? Bushmeat might be the phrase, not jungle meat at all. Bushmeat might be the phrase. At any rate, so it was believed to have come in from a bushmeat market in China. And yes, partly by eating or possibly by being bitten by, other animals that had it. So that's all fine, but I don't know, coincidence or otherwise, there is also in that part of China a research facility that works with diseases, and there is a real chance that it either escaped from